Hey, Hayden here, and this is my video on how I did the Tier 1 process. Let's see here, we get the MK14. So we should be able to get this guy to come back at us. And the suppressor on, that's not going to work. This is my default favorite sniper rifle here. It's the MK14, and you just saw why it's my favorite sniper rifle is because it allows me to get a number of shots off. He's just going to take off. That's unfortunate. At my target, I can get 20 shots off. He knows he's taking fire all right, but he's not. It would be great if I could blow him up. So you don't get the one shot, one kill benefit that you get with the HTI, and especially the HTI rifle, the desert one that they give you in the Tier 1 process. Let me get rid of this guy here real quick, and there's another one over here. These guys are ones that I use to help me get my long distance shots, my average long distance, my average kill distance. Okay, this is what I do to get this thing to move up. As long as these guys, he's 295, 96, 97, he's getting further away. As long as they're further away than my goal, that they're the people I want to shoot at. There we go. And one shot, one kill kind of helps me get my accuracy up. Kind of a cheesy way to do it, but it is what it is. Now, let me go to the other sniper rifle that we got during Tier 1. Of course, I turned Tier 1 on. I normally do not play in Tier 1. And I noticed something. If you turn Tier 1 off, you still are in extreme difficulty mode. You have to go back in and change your difficulty back to whatever it was that you wanted it to be. And I normally play in regular mode. But for this demonstration, I want to use Tier 1. And let's go here. Oh, let's make sure I got all my ammunition here. All right, we do. So I just wanted to show you how I got Tier 1. I think I got it kind of quick. Not fast. A lot of people got it done before me, but they were actually actively doing things, and I was passively doing things, shall we say. And that's how I got it. The main thing I would do is just hang out right here. I'm kind of, not looking for much drama, not looking for too much excitement. And at Tier 50, 49, 48, whatever, before I got this particular rifle, this Desert HTI rifle, before I got that, I was just using, I don't know, probably the G28 rifle, sniper rifle, or the SR25 or whatever it is. As a matter of fact, let's get the right names here. The sniper rifles that I use the SR25. It looks like an M16 kind of rifle. Basically it's the same style. The G28 also looks like that kind of a style rifle. Same thing, blowback and all that. It's even got the T handle on the rifle. I've been playing around with these two. This is the SRSA1. I like it. It's a pretty good rifle. This one here I painted white because I'm evaluating it to see if I like it or not. I would prefer probably the SRSA1. And then I equipped the standard HTI that, I put our paint job on it that we got. This is one of the paint jobs you get from Tier 1. So, and of course my face paint is the Eddie face paint. So those are like really the only things I use that they awarded us with. Anyways, my default sniper rifle is the MK14. And the reason why is because, let's go to parts here, it has full automatic or semi-automatic, and it's a very fast rifle to come up with that second shot. If you miss somebody, you want to take a quick follow-up shot, you can do it with the SR25, the G28, and also the MK14 down here. And of course, the desert rifle. I want to get my regular rifle again. For much of the game, I use the AUG. I use that one there, this rifle here a lot during the game. Of course, I also use this. I stuck with the 416. I stuck with it for a long way through the game, by the way. But more recently, I have gone back to the M4 A1. And the M4 A1 for a couple of reasons. It just seems to have the right, for how I use it and everything else. It just seems to be like the right tool for the job. Let's say it that way. The right tool for the job, right there. I did like the MK17, which is the Scar, I believe. I like that one there quite a bit too. But I've gone back to the M4A1 rifle as being my default favorite. And then for the sniper rifle, of course, the MK14 is my default favorite. But for this part of this demonstration, I want to show you what I was doing. And this is it, pretty much. I was hanging out. If you get the vehicle that's going to be part of the convoy and you get rid of it first, you're done. Get rid of this guy, get rid of that guy, and oops, get rid of him. There we go. One shot, one kill, and that's why you want to use the Desert HTI. It's just got that to it. You're not going to be disappointed with that particular weapon. There's another guy hanging out on the ground down there, and we'll dispatch him as well. Now, everybody's cleared up, and I've absolutely obliterated the convoy. Now, this is one thing that I noticed a while ago when I was playing the game itself, is that if you're far enough away from the convoy when you blow it up, you can absolutely destroy the entire thing and still get some points. Now, we're in Tier 1 mode, and watch what we get here. I don't get any points. I won't get any tier points, but watch this. Okay, well, these tier points are like kind of artificial. I get 1,000 Tier 1 points. You would have got twice as many medication points, but I didn't need that. You know, I wasn't really upgrading all my weapons at the time, and I didn't really care. So I would just go out there, steal my points, and come back to my base. Do my little power slide. Make sure I reloaded my ammunition, and I have. And then go back up here on the roof. And I would just hang up here on the roof. Now there's a couple of ways I discovered that you could tick people off and get bad guys coming out at you. And one of them is to shoot this guy out here in the tower here, or tower, in his little box. If you shoot this guy enough times, he'll come out and he'll call in for help. Maybe if you want to make some noise or whatever by blowing up their vehicle or whatever. But anyways, you would have to tick these guys off. And what they would do is they would send vehicles out. And this helicopter would come by every now and then, and he's a good one to hit. There you go. And I would get like 400 points. I don't get any points anymore, but you would get like 400 points for that. And so I just hung out on the roof, or hung out on the roof of my Kawani Bravo base here, and I would just hang out, and I would just shoot them like crazy and have a blast. All of a sudden, I stopped getting points. When they fixed the helicopters, I stopped getting points. So great fix. I guess everybody stopped getting points. I saw something about it somewhere. Oh, hang on a second. Is that a? Nope. Those are our friends. Let's not do anything with them. Oh, hold it. I don't really need the one-shot, one-kill thing with this rifle. So let's go back over here and get me my default sniper rifle that I like so much. We'll go here and back to the MK14. All right. We'll get rid of him. All right. We'll go ahead and stock up on bullets. And this is what I had to do. Now, originally, well, let me go to the map and show you on the map. Down here in this area, I think it's this area right here. Oh, I got to zoom in. Sorry. I got to use a different mouse. All right, so down here in this area, there's some kind of salt things somewhere. Oh, maybe it's here at this improvised runway. I think that's it. There's a helicopter there and a couple of other things. There's a couple of cars down there. We'll see that in a few minutes, because what I'm really going to do right now is steal a helicopter. So let's go get our helicopter and move along. Oh, there's a fun thing I noticed on this. You can jump these motorcycles. Watch this. If it works. Whoa! Here we go. That's pretty neat. So just doing all kinds of crazy things out here in the desert, having fun. You can also do a front stand on your bike. There we go. Of course, you can do the wheelie. And we can do power slides too. We're going to do a power slide in a couple of minutes here as soon as we get around the corner. All we're doing is traveling over to where I can steal this helicopter. Nice little power slide. Now I want to make sure I got my suppressor on. I'm going to put okay, good. We got our suppressor on because we got to whack this guy. Really? There's a guy right here. We're going to have to get rid of him too. A little double tap action for you. Now I'm going to put my suppressor on the other rifle as well. This guy might be coming at us. Yeah, good enough. All right, now there is a helicopter there, and that has guns on it. I don't want a helicopter with guns. I need a helicopter with guided missiles. So let's just go ahead and squat down right here and dispatch this gentleman. Take the rest of the day off. You've earned it. And I'm going to put my guns away so I can run just a little bit faster. Do not shoot that gas tank. You can't get out of there fast enough before it blows up. And it takes your helicopter with you. Now you know. You can shoot these air defense SAM sites. You can shoot those and get rid of them. Don't bother with it. Oh look, a helicopter just showed up. Okay, so you want to be 5 meters. I'm sorry, 5 meters off the ground. You can do some really crazy things at 5 meters off the ground. I want this thing to lock up on that helicopter, boy, oh boy. That'd be nice. Free points, right? That's really, we're all about the points here. And we don't want to crash into the ground. All right. All right, get him, get him. Good. That would have been points for us right there. You're doing tier 1, that would have been some points. Again, I used to lay down on the roof of Kawani Bravo right there. That's Kawani Bravo. That's where we started out. I would lay down on the roof of Kawani Bravo and just shoot these things all day long. Suddenly, I stopped getting points. When they fixed the helicopter, I stopped getting points for, you know what? It wasn't that. It was before then. I wasn't getting any points for shooting anything with a sniper rifle on the ground anymore. So what I did is, no, I still was. I got my timing all confused because it was a grind to get through tier 1, as you well know, probably. But down here at this particular strip, there is a helicopter that we could use for our fun purposes right there. But that one there doesn't have guided missiles on it. You have to go to the air base and steal the one that we're flying here, and it has the guided missiles. There is this truck here. I think of this as a boss's truck kind of thing. It's very, very powerful. It's very fast. And I was using it to go back and forth in the Kawani Desert to blow things up. This other vehicle here has a 50 cal or has the machine gun on top. Of course, you can't see it very well, but there's a machine. There we go. There's a machine gun on top of that. So that was kind of fun too. You can tell your guys to fire, and they can go get them. Now there is a helicopter in the distance, so let's just go over there and grab him. Again, at some point, I can't remember now what point it was, but at some point I was no longer getting points for being on the ground and shooting people, but I would get points if I shot them with these missiles from the helicopters. And I can only think that the programmers wanted us to start using the helicopters and shooting down other, shooting helicopters and stuff like that with it. So I sneak up behind these guys, and I would often try to identify somebody in the helicopter too. There we go. So you identify them, you get points for them. And then if you shoot them, then you get more points. So you would just be racking up points left and right with this. Now in this particular one here, there is a purple car right there. Let me see if I can do the sideways flight thing and get this guy. I got pretty good with flying the helicopter sideways across all this stuff. All right. I don't want to lock up on this guy. I want to shoot him cold. I want to freehand shoot this guy. All right. Come on, don't. All right, well, that wasn't pretty. I got him. Oh, look at that, I got him anyway. I got pretty good with the, oh, there is a guy on the street. Let's get him. Oh, get a civilian. All right. Oh, good, I didn't get credit for hitting a civilian. Good, that's good. But I flipped the car over, that's rare. It's rare that I actually ever flipped the car over. Unless I was driving it, right? Okay, so we got this guy, he's toast. Good, very good. All right, and so that works out well. So this is how I would get these points. I would go back and forth, and you have to fly low when you're flying near the base. I fly, my typical altitude is 5 meters. So if you look over there in the right above the mini map, you'll see that says 5 meters now. I got it down to 5 meters. This helicopter is going to run away from us now, so I'm going to go chase him. Because he would be worth, these helicopters would be worth like 400 points. You shoot down one helicopter, and I was really enjoying it from shooting him with my sniper rifle because I was believing I was getting points for the distance shot too. I was shooting him from a pretty good distance away. Now what you got to do is make sure that you don't fly into the helicopter that you just shot down. You really don't want to do that. Now I'm far enough away from the air base where they won't catch me, and what I'm doing is I'm following the roads and I'm looking for the purple cars on the road, and they spawn. So these purple cars will just spawn on you, and you have to grab them while you can. You'll find some of the Ferraris or the race cars, whatever they are. You'll find some of them out there. You'll find the off-roading boss's vehicle. And ironically, we don't get any points for getting the boss. We get no points for him or his car. but we do get points for shooting soldiers in Santa Blanca and Unidad. We get points for them. So I'd go flying back and forth across the desert, close enough to the road where I could see if a purple car showed up. And if a purple car showed up, I would go ahead and attack it. Now, as you can see, this can be quite tedious. And look at the vehicle in the background doing a crazy, there's another mission coming at us. Now, what I want to do is I want to freehand shoot this guy. I don't want to shoot him near that other truck because I want to kill the civilians. And action. Okay, so hopefully we'll hit that. Got him. Nailed him. Now, sometimes I can also nail the helicopter. Ah, that's awesome. I got him. And I also want to get this guy here. And I had got, like I said, I had gotten pretty good flying sideways and shooting things and all that. Again, you know, you spend quite a bit of, I got a civilian, some idiot civilian was running around. Yeah, that's why they call them collateral damage. So anyway, so I'm going to zip over here and I'm going to land and grab my points. Now, I completely obliterate the mission, right? He's toast. And then you run over here and you grab your points. Wow, I flipped the truck over. That's rare. So I've had a couple of flipped vehicles already. And again, so you're getting some points. You don't get as many points if you blow the thing up, but you're going to get points. And I need to be using the helicopter because it's the guided missiles that are getting me the big points for moving up the tiers. And that's in a, you know, about as short as I can possibly make the video. That is how I did it. The other thing I did, or another thing I did, is I would tick people off. You have to make people mad, so they're going to ask for help. Over here, there's like 8 guys at this base. Maybe you kill them, maybe you kill a few of them, maybe you don't. Eventually, you'll probably just kill them all. And what you want is you want them to call in for backup. And you got to be kind of close to the road, but not too close to the road, because you don't want them to spot you while you're waiting. So you'll see an orange truck pop up on the map. There's 2 guys out there, you know, they're out there on their own, might as well get them. Boom. So now we mean business, you know, send out some help for these guys. And we want the orange vehicles to show up on the road, and so we can get points for them. I mean, there we go, there's one now. Boom, that's like 400 or 500 points. Here's another guy right here, get him, boom, there we go. And that's what I would do, and it would constantly send these guys out, all right? And you just keep shooting the guys at the base, or shooting close to them. You don't want to kill them all off. Eventually you do, but you know, it's for all the points, and then you would go respawn back at your base and start from scratch. And you just keep getting all these points. So people were doing missions and doing all kinds of different things, and they were doing really, you know, I was quite impressed by everybody's actions because they were really working hard to get the things done. I was kind of doing it the lazy man way. Oh, good, there's another orange vehicle. Oh, delicious. So, oh, look at him, go get him, go get him, go get him. Stop there. Boom. All right. Okay, I'm going to lock up on him probably. Nope. Good enough. Good enough. I'll take that. So there you go. Now, these count for me, for what I'm trying to do, they count for absolutely nothing. Because I'm trying to work on other things like distance shots and things like that, helicopter jumps. And in fact, because we're doing that, let me just go ahead and do the helicopter jump thing at the end of this video. Here's a bonus for you. That's how I got tier 1. Here's the bonus on how to get a lot of helicopter jumps real fast. Let's just bail out of this helicopter and I'll show you how to do it. You want to get quick helicopter things, and what I discovered that you want to do is you want to be able to, I'm going to make a separate video on this too. It'd basically be the same information in a different video, but this is your bonus for hanging out with me to see how I got through tier 1. This is what you want to do. Now, let me go to the map for a second and show you what I was doing. Okay, I was going back from here, I was going back to Kawani Bravo. There's a helicopter there, okay? You take that helicopter, you fly over here, you bail out. That counts as a jump. You got to jump. And then you take this helicopter and fly it back over to Kawani Bravo. You know, and you want to jump out about 200 meters. You don't want to go up too much higher than that. And you certainly don't want to try to jump out lower than 125 because it's a little stressful trying to pull your shooting time before you splat on the ground. But anyways, I was flying back and forth between these 2 places and just booming up my number of jumps. But here's a faster way to do it. I found a faster way totally by accident. I like to claim that I'm a supreme genius. That would be great, but I'm actually finding all these things out by pure accident. And what I discovered is the fastest way to get your helicopter jumps going is to jump out of the helicopter, make a landing, and be right next to another jump. which means another helicopter or something like that. There's a helicopter below to the right. You can see it down there, but there's also a base jump right here. So the first thing you want to do is you want to get down there quick. You want to spend as little time doing anything but getting your parachute jump as you can. And turn around. And you want to land right here. If you have your guns out, put your guns away. Press the H key. I don't have any guns out. Jump off the highest peak on the rock and pull your chute and go right to that. You don't even have to do anything. Just float right down there to that helicopter. Now, you end up getting bored with things at times and stuff like that. I know I do. And what I tried to do, and I haven't been able to do it yet, is land on the back of that flatbed truck right there. Let's try it again. Watch, I'll do it this time. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, I did it. Oh, that is the first time I was able to do it. That's awesome. So I like to do pinpoint jumps for fun. All right, so that's it. But we're right next to the helicopter too, so triple bonus, right? Jump into the helicopter, crank this baby up. There's nothing you can do to shorten that time up. And immediately start flying and climbing back towards the original helicopter. All right? So we just got 2 jumps and we're in our third, position to jump again. Jump out of the helicopter and go, and there's that helicopter is waiting for us. So what you want to do is you want to land as close to that helicopter as you can. All right? You want to land as close to the front door of the helicopter as you can so you can jump right back in. Right? And that seems like it took a little bit long, but that's okay. Now, way in the distance, there's another helicopter, and there's all kind of things you can do for points. But again, this is just for the helicopter bonus thing. Hang on a second. Let me show you how many I got. Okay, so here's my lobby player thing. I got 235 as my average kill distance, and it takes me a while to get this. Again, you're just bored playing with things and seeing what you can do, and that's what it is. I'm a ranger. I don't go for any particular play style. I don't care, but ranger's okay. That's fine. I don't really care. These numbers here are bounced around all over the place, and it's always said that I'm a ranger. I can only last about 25 minutes in battle. My longest kill shot is 1,017 meters. It was by complete accident. I made a video on how I did it. My precision's 15%. It was like 8% when I finished the game. I brought it up because of trying to increase my kill distance. Some other things beneficially happen along the way. My favorite weapon is the M4A1. The second favorite weapon is the MK14, which I actually use more often because that's what I use to get the long distance kill shots, right? I don't play online very often. When I do, if you're playing on the other side against me and you shoot one of my teammates, you're gonna have another free kill. It's gonna be me because I'm gonna go try to revive the person that you just killed. And that's what's gonna happen. I have 720 jumps. I'm working on 1,000. My C4, the reason why I got so many C4 kills is because I used to use C4 to destroy the entire convoy, and then I would go. But anyway, so these 3 places to jump, you jump where we just took off, you landed, you stole this you take this helicopter, you fly up about 300 meters here, okay, then you can jump out and make it to the rock. Now here, there is a Unidad helicopter every now and then will come over and harass you. And it was really super cool the one time, like you want to be harassed by the Unidad, helicopter, right? Because it's the big combat helicopter, And what happened is when he came over, I was standing on this rock like that. There he is. Where is this guy? There he goes. See, he's below me. He's below me. So what he did is he actually came up and he flew over the rock, and it was just really wicked, like out of a movie or something. So I thought that was cool. Not that I wanted to deal with him. Of course, I shot him down. But anyway, so you keep coming over here and doing this. That's how I got my most recent big slew of parachute jumps, was by just doing this over and over and over again. I just use it to kind of relax, chill out a little bit or whatever, and have some fun with the game. But, that's how you want a whole lot of parachute jumps in a short amount of time. To me, this is like the best. There's a couple of places you can do it. Any place where you'll find a number of helicopters together without enemies, around them. And here I only need to go up about 250 meters, and I can jump out and kind of make it over to the helicopter. All right. I want to get down there as quick as I can. Now, helicopter, there we go. It shows up. Now, sometimes the helicopters they crash land, but they're still flyable. So that's kind of funny too. I just go ahead and get the new helicopter. You can also request helicopters if you have the vehicle thing and you can request helicopters. You probably do. Then you can just ask for a helicopter every so often. But this is the fastest way I've found so far to just get a whole bunch of jumps real quick. You do this 3-4 times. You do the circle of 3-4 times. You got 12 shots. 12 jumps, and you just keep adding to it. And 350 meters, and we'll jump out. And here we go. And that's it. That's all there is to it. Now, some neat things happen on this rock. Some, interesting. Some kids with ice cream cones show up. A helicopter crashed and didn't blow up. Some kids show up. There's a guy taking pictures, shows up. A couple of rebels show up every now and then. And because this rock is going downhill away from you, you kind of float a little bit that direction. Run, jump, pull the chute, and float over to the other helicopter. And this is, again, I really can't think of a faster way to get a lot of parachute jumps done in a very short amount of time. You don't really have to do anything. I think that if I just float, I'll almost end up right at the front door. Shut the front door. And you saw it right here in this video. I actually made the spot jump onto the back end of that truck. All right, so with that, I covered how I got through Tier 1, and I covered what I'm working on now is these helicopter jumps. And my place that I hang out at is off in the distance. It's not the airport. It's way over here. It's Kawani Bravo. And I'm not going to attack anybody right now, but again, it's like I said in my other video. If I'm going somewhere and I'm flying a helicopter, or if I'm flying an aircraft, I'm going to be jumping out of the aircraft to get another parachute jump on it. So let's just go ahead and climb higher to make this kind of more of a fun thing. If you're flying high enough over a SAM site, it won't target you. So if you're getting close to a SAM site, like over there, you may want to jump out of, you may want to climb real fast. So let's go ahead and jump out now. All right, so, but I also want to get down too, right? I'd be hanging out up there all the time. Nice boots. All right. Oh, one of the things I like to try to do is fly, kind of fly my parachute right up the driveway. So let's see if we do that. There's also another thing I was trying to do a while ago in one of my videos, or a couple of videos, I was doing base jump videos, and I realized a lot of people had already had those out there, so I was kind of repeating it. But I like to, for fun, I like to do the base jumps for distance. There we go. So I come right up the driveway. And usually the first thing I do for, out of habit is I go over here and check my ammo, and there you have it. So we covered here how I got through Tier 1. I hang out at Kawani Bravo. This is where I always hang out at. If you look at the map, the convoys, here comes another one. Okay, so you know what? Might as well we'll just shoot this guy. We're not going to hang, and I'm going to change my sniper rifle back to the HTI Desert one that they gave us, because it just really gets the job done real fast. No fuss, no muss. Oh, let me jump up on the roof and get a little altitude here. This, again, and this is where I started the game like this until I wasn't getting any more points. And let's see if we can get this guy. Oh, you know what? I don't want, I got the wrong, uh-oh. That's bad. All right, some bad guys came up to get me. We're gonna have to get rid of this guy. Come on, man, what's going on here? What am I shooting with here? Oh my God! I didn't actually change. Oh my God! I didn't actually change the weapon. I did. It's the wrong weapon. Okay, that took care of him. Ah, come on, get the helicopter. All right, that took care of that guy. All right, so I'm not going to play around with these guys too much. There's a couple of purple guys walking around somewhere. See if we can clean house here. Get rid of them. They're going to send off. Okay, again, all these guys would have been worth a bunch of points. There we go. And again, they're going to just keep sending more out. That's great. Uh-oh. That's not great. This guy's going to kill me fast. There we go. There we go. See, look at that, man. One shot, one kill. These guys are getting me fast. So you really want to make, again, all these guys would have been points though. You know what I'm saying? At tier 1 mode, it's brutal, man. It's absolutely brutal. So we're trying to clear all these guys out. Here comes another Unidad truck, or two. Oh, it'd have been great if I got them both. Yeah, we did. All right. So again, this is how you get points in tier 1. You tick somebody off, and you keep banging them out, and you get the job done. Let's get rid of that truck out there. Yeah. Run. All right. So sorry for the delay here. It's kind of fun doing this stuff. Now I marked him. And now why I shot this guy, my guy shot that guy. There we go. Now it's up to a level 2 Unidad attack at this point. And as a matter of fact, things are not going to get any better for me here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run away. And sometimes you need to do that. Sometimes if you're in, there's another purple car behind me. He's not going to be any help for me. So you want to lose some of these guys, get out of town. What else are you going to do? Here come more. So they're just going to keep sending these guys out there. If you're in tier 1 mode, you're trying to get down to tier 1, go ahead and just keep going for it. All right. Now, by the way, I noticed what fun thing about this stuff here also is when you get far enough away from them and they quit on you. The side mission failed because I didn't go for the goodies because I didn't need them, and I also don't care. I got to get back. I've actually flown out of the area. There we go. So let's get back to my basic Kwani Bravo. Hopefully all those guys are gone. They should be, but sometimes their trucks hang out. Their vehicles and things of that nature will be there. And so that's kind of a fun thing to have to play around with, because sometimes they have really nice vehicles that they'll leave behind for you. So, but with that, we covered the tier 1 thing. We covered the parachute jumping thing. And again, because I had the helicopter there, I was using the parachute to get yet another jump with it. I always check my ammo first, and lo and behold, there's another helicopter there waiting for us to use. So let me just hide out of the way here. And if you have any questions or comments or anything, by all means, drop me a note down there below and make a comment, help other people out along the way. It's kind of fun. I go to Sergeant Nick Fury's YouTube page all the time to see what he's done and how he's figured out what the challenges are for the week, so I can save some time and energy doing those. So with that, and until I catch you in the next video, take care and be well.